First, sorry this review is late. Second, this is what happens when I stream Overwatch and I kinda go late for time. Don't worry, I plan not to make the same mistake again. This is MegamanNG, and I welcome you guys to another Rise of the TMNT episode review. Today we're talking about a new episode, episode 10A, Stuck on You. Now, before I continue, let me say I'm going to be working on fixing up most of the episodes, and they will not only be like the title covers especially, as well as the title description and everything. So yeah, not much I can do. I don't want to delete the videos and the views will drop. So, yeah, they're going to have to stay there. The only thing that will change is the title, description, tags, etc. Everything. So that way I can fix it up and have it fixed properly. So let us get started with this review. I'll provide a summary as well as some of the main points. Let us begin. It starts with an experiment going horrifically wrong with all 4 turtles sharing one body. But in truth, it's due to a glue accident. They learn of a robbery happening at the art museum, so they waste no time in getting there. They do arrive and have to contend with a posse of villains. Hypno-potamus, Warren Stone, and Pinky and the Brain. Not good. 4 turtles stuck in a mishmash body, and they have to contend with 4 villains. How will they be able to save the day if they're stuck in a mess like this? Yeah. The idea, I like the concept of this episode. It's a pretty interesting idea, and I like it big time. So yeah, we have a new episode, new review, and more will be coming because another episode review will be coming next week. The plot itself has the turtles stuck in a mishmash body due to an accident, and they have to save the day while in this body against 4 different villains. The episode itself is actually interesting. The turtles are in a situation, I don't know if it's ever been done before, but I like the idea. Having them in a mishmash body and they have to learn the value of teamwork and being the bad guys. Interestingly enough, I like it. I really like the idea, I really like the execution, and it did contribute to some good character development. Really good character development. Also a little bit of humor as well. Each villain as well has a reason for wanting to rob the museum. Hypno-potamus wants to find a tomb that can let him resurrect his partner Doug, which he mentions in the episode. And you know something, as much as I want to keep referring him by that name, since his voice shares a striking similarity to Corran from Legendary Defender, I may as well do that. So yeah, from now on, anytime you see Hypno-potamus, I'll be referring to him as Corran. Because yeah, it's pretty obvious. As for Pinky and the Brain, which you guys know, Maurice LaMarche and Rob Paulson are in this episode, so I will be referring them as such. They're after something that has a connection from a previous episode, The Longest Fight, a gauntlet. I have this feeling, and one of my commenters have mentioned this, but yeah, I think they may plan on resurrecting the Shredder. And if that's the case, this could actually prove to be a rather interesting twist to this season. We haven't even seen the main big bad and Baron Draxus in quite a while. But if the Shredder ends up replacing him, it'll be pretty interesting. As for Warren Stone, however, he's just along for the ride. I truthfully have no idea, and he ends up becoming the episode's comedic relief. Albeit in a good way, trust me. Surprisingly enough, the turtles don't get stuck forever, and thanks to Pinky and the Brain using the gauntlet, they end up freed. Only for Raph to feel bad about this because all he wants to do is to build up his bonds with his brothers. That's not to say it's a bad thing. I personally like the idea because, yeah, I will commend Raphael for wanting to try new things to help them get better and stronger. And they are starting out as heroes. And in the end, they're able to work together and save the day. It's just really good. I really liked it. The highlight for me is the turtles themselves. Seeing them in a mishmash body and having to deal with all the bad guys while having to adjust is a rather interesting dynamic. Even though it only lasted for the entire episode, it was pretty good. It was pretty awesome, and I believe it offers something new. Now, remember, my reviews are opinionated, so you are free to disagree, but I kind of liked it. This episode was very good. It had more action than anything else, and I believe the turtles are the very thing that helped make that episode good. Well, even though they did save the day, not entirely. It turns out by episode's end, Warren Stone takes the gauntlet, and you can tell he's going to end up being a bigger threat down the line. Though if Pinky and the Brain would have it, let's just say it would lead to something really bad down the line. Either way, I'm liking this episode and I'm liking this series big time. And to all those who feel that this show isn't for them, give it a chance. You will like it, I promise you. This episode, Stuck on You, gets an 8 out of 10. Pretty solid episode with a good amount of action, Some humor, like in one scene where Donnie mentions his password, Booty Shaker 9000. That made me laugh a little bit. And overall, it was pretty awesome. I liked it big time. I really did. And I look forward to next week's episode. I really am. And it's going to be quite interesting. So yeah, I want to ask, what do you guys think of the episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Let me know in the comments what you think. That is going to be it for this Rise of the TMNT review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and more importantly, click on the bell. Doing all of it helps me out big time. Also, this video is brought to you by Japan Code Supply, who is also one of my sponsors. Use the code MegaNG to get $3 off of purchases over $50. And last but not least, if you want to consider supporting this channel, support me on Patreon. All it takes is $1 a month. It's not mandatory, but if you want to chip in, you can. But if you want to get a shout out at the end of every video, which you will be seeing at the end, it's $5. You want your name there? Feel free to contribute. I am a man of my word. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. See you next week. Cowabunga!